The wolf, she cries at night. A breath had born in the black wind where the shadows lie. Deep inside despair, our hearts grow fierce, our minds aware.
Hello, welcome back. I'm Sean, and today we're checking out Hiby's latest mid-range high-res digital audio player, the Hiby R6 III 2025 model, but this time it's upgraded from its older brother, also the Hiby R6 III that was launched about 2 years back. And let's see what makes this a different piece of tech. So let's check it out. So the key differences between the two models, although from a design standpoint it's pretty much the same styling, but with the 2025 model you can see that there's a more beautifully designed back panel here. Hiby called this their diamond cut pattern rear glass back plate, which looks gorgeous in my opinion as compared to the more flat looking 2023 model. Also this year Hiby gives the new model a brand new DAC chip setup. Where the older model comes with only a dual ESS Sabre DAC, the 2025 model now comes with a quad DAC setup with 4 high-end CS43198 DAC chips for much better audio quality and processing. So there is also a new amplification mode with a switchable Class A and Class AB amplification mode, which helps in managing audio quality and battery life. So other than that, let's look into more details about this player. So starting with what I like about the R6 III, and this is also reflected in their older model, which is the build quality you get with this player. Everything here feels premium. You get aluminium alloy chassis, a glass front and back. Holding this thing doesn't feel like you're holding any other smartphones today, just amazing build quality. So as mentioned earlier, I also like the fact that Hiby now gives you the switchable amplification mode. So you just have to swipe down from the home screen here, and right here you will be able to see the amplification mode, whether it's Class A or Class AB. So in short, Class A provides constant full power output and always the best audio quality, but with higher power consumption, and using AB gives you better efficiency, balancing between quality and battery life. And with that said, the battery life here on this player is also really good with that 4500 mAh battery, which is also the same as the older model. Running in AB amplification mode, you're going to get 13 hours with the 3.5mm single-ended jack, with 11 hours with the 4.4 balanced jack. Now if you pop it onto the Class A amplification mode, then the 3.5mm single-ended mode will give you 11 hours and the 4.4mm balanced jack will now give you 9 hours. So with the new DAC chip setup, audio performance would be a lot more polished with better processing and rendering because it has more capacity with the quad DAC CS43198 chipset rather than just a dual ESS Sabre chipset on the older model. So you still get the same Qualcomm Snapdragon 665 SoC chipset, and I like that you're getting 4GB of RAM and also 64GB of storage. It's not an improvement here per se, but comparing it to smaller brothers like the Hiby R4 is definitely an improved performance. So not only that, you can also use this DAP as a USB DAC out to help other devices with poor audio performance. And what I like about the R6 III series is that Hiby gives you a whole bunch of ports at the bottom here, which we'll talk a little bit more about them. Basically, you have one set that is using it for line outs and another set using it for headphone outs. So I also like the Bluetooth codecs you get with this device, basically supporting all the high-res audio wireless needs from UAT to LDAC, aptX, aptX HD, AAC as well as SBC codec. And you're also going to get a fast PD 2.0 fast charging, supporting up to 18 watts of fast charging, so charging this up from 0 takes very fast. So what could be better? So first of all, I wish that the screen could be higher resolution. It's decent running a 5-inch IPS display with a resolution of 1280 by 720p. It's not mind-blowing nor is it bad, but it just means that you're not getting really sharp resolution here with this display, and without that OLED it does feel a little dated and washed out in 2025. So the good news here is that if you want to watch some YouTube videos on this player, you're still going to be able to play back in 2160 or at 4K. Since the chipset here does support it, it's just not going to look as sharp on the 720p screen. Plus you don't get HDR on this screen as well. And although I like the Bluetooth codec that you get get with this model is very comprehensive, but Bluetooth 5.0 does feel really dated in 2025. I understand stability and it's probably a more proven chipset compared to newer chipsets, but I was hoping for something more modern. It's not so much about the audio quality already, but rather features such as connection stability as well as range are some of the factors to go with the newer Bluetooth chipset. So another issue I wish could be addressed in a future model is also have a more powerful processor. The Snapdragon 665 doesn't feel the smoothest, and you do get that occasional laggy operation, especially when you switch between apps or using multiple apps. I haven't felt anything like music stopping randomly, but I wish there is a better and faster chipset in the future as well. Also from a design standpoint, although this is a very beautiful player, the cutout from the volume knob at the top here is just honestly too small, and you just have a very small window here to scroll throughout your volume range. So with that said, the R6 III 2025 comes in at a price of $439 or roughly around 1,890 Malaysian ringgit, and it definitely gives you great bang for your buck, especially with this full-on Android operating system. So if you find value in what you hear and like what you see so far, do subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so the YouTube algorithm can pick this up. And if you want to buy this DAP, do check out my links below. So let's talk about the sound performance you get with these players, and sound quality wise, the Hiby R6 III 2025 model delivers an impressive and well-rounded sound signature that will appeal to audiophiles who appreciate a balance between power and finesse. So testing this immediately gave me the impression of exceptional resolution across the frequency spectrum. The bass here is clean, well controlled, and has very good presence without overwhelming the rest of the frequencies. In my opinion, it's deep enough for a satisfying punch, but when it requires you to go into the sub-bass territory, again depending on the headphones or IEMs that you use, it typically generates it well, but may not be in the traditional deep rumbling sub-bass perspective. Everything here is about being high resolution. It offers you a more defined low ends, which is tight and textured. The bass here is detailed, not really bloated in my opinion, and making it well suited for genres that requires a lot of precision, such as jazz or maybe classical music. So the mids is where this device shines, offering a very natural and slightly warmer presentation. Vocals definitely come through with excellent clarity, and a slight warmth and kind of adds some richness to it. There isn't really any harshness or overly brightness when it comes to the mid vocals. So whether it's male or female vocals, they are beautifully rendered with just the right amount of presence, not too forward and not too recessed. So the highs are well extended here, offering a crisp sparkle that enhances the clarity of the entire sound signature. While there's good detail and brightness, it doesn't become too harsh, providing you a smooth listening experience. And the treble sits in a balanced position, neither too rolled off nor overly energetic, so maintaining that clarity without being too fatigued. In summary, the Hiby R6 III 2025 offers a refined and smooth sound signature that I really love. It's detailed, balanced, and has just enough warmth to make the music feel engaging without sacrificing clarity or resolution. Of course, if you want more control, you can always enable MSEB and just customize the sound signature to your heart's content. Alright, so let's dive into the design and build quality of this device. And I have said it's one of those devices that instantly makes an impression when you hold it. Now, Hiby has been stepping up their game for a while, and although the outlook of the design here looks the same as the 2023 model, you're gonna get a beautifully designed diamond cut back glass panel here, which looks fantastic in my opinion. So the entire device here looks really sleek, modern design that's honestly just feels really premium. You're going to get a beautifully matte finish aluminium chassis that feels solid and not too heavy. It does have some weight to it, but it's not heavy. There's no flexing, there's no creaking. This is not made like a cheap mobile phone. And I love the fact that because this device is built to last and they also made sure that it's comfortable for you to hold, there's something about the edges that makes it just, feels really good to hold it in your hands. So at the front here, you're going to get a 5-inch touchscreen that's responsive, vibrant. However, I do wish that it's a little bit more high resolution and probably comes with an OLED display. It's going to help save on battery life and also looks gorgeous. And the bezel on this device isn't the smallest, but honestly on the DAP, I don't really care about the minimal bezel concern. And at the bottom here, you're going to get a nice Hiby branding there. So you're going to get a few buttons to control your device. You get a power button, an LED to tell you the quality or bit rate that the audio is playing, tracks skipping controls as well as play and pause controls. And at the top here, you're going to get a nice volume knob. And on the right hand side, you're going to get a micro SD card slot that supports up to 2 TB of expanded storage. Also, let's talk a little bit about the ports that you're going to get. So in the middle here, you're going to get a USB-C port for charging and also data transfer. And you can also use this USB port for DAC out or coaxial digital out. Next to that, you're going to get 4 different auxiliary jacks, but you need to choose the right ones to use because the left 2 over here are line out jacks, and you get both 4.4 and 3.5mm jacks here. So this is for you to connect it to an external amplifier. So if you plug your headphones in here, it's going to sound very weak, lack power, and kind of raw. This is because it's meant to feed the audio out into an external amplifier for processing and using the DAP solely as a player. And on the right side over here, there's going to be a 4.4 and 3.5mm jack as well, but this is for headphone out and will fully utilize the onboard processing of the R6 III. So that's something you need to take note of when using these ports. So in terms of overall build quality, the R6 III feels like a premium product that punches well above its weight. It's not the cheapest device out there, but you're definitely getting what you pay for. Every inch of this device screams durability, and it's clear that Hiby is aiming for top tier experience with the design and materials here. So similar to other Hiby products, you're going to get a proprietary MSEB tuning for all your audio needs, and it works like a super comprehensive EQ adjuster, so you get to adjust things like temperature of your audio, the bass texture, vocals, and many more. And under the settings here, you do get many more other features and settings to play around with, so it's good to play around and explore how it will affect the sound signature. Again, I think this player is definitely worth the upgrade, and the 2025 model just performs very well. I think Hiby is definitely giving you a lot of value for the price you're paying for this device, and it definitely sounds great. If you want to check out another really cool DAP, which is the baby brother of the R6 III, then I think the Hiby R4 right over here is definitely a player you need to check out. Or if you're actually looking for a tiny portable DAP, then the Hiby R1 over here is a fantastic option. So I'll see you at that video.